Hello and welcome. So here is one more slightly unusual and hence interesting problem. Two balls A and B, both thrown with horizontal velocities of 6 meters per second and 8 meters per second respectively, from the edge of a vertical cliff. Okay. Their initial velocities are perpendicular and the points where they hit the ground are 100 and 120 meters apart. Find the height of the cliff, and G is 10 meters per second square. Now, initially, imagine the situation, and this word, there are two balls which are thrown with horizontal velocities. One A is thrown with 6 meters per second, another is 8 meters per second from edge of a cliff. Okay, so we have solved problems where we have encountered this cliff always. So they are thrown horizontally, but what you are told that their initial velocities are perpendicular. So they are thrown with horizontal velocities and those velocities are perpendicular to each other. So imagine it's like this, this is a cliff and the balls are thrown. So one ball is thrown in this fashion, another ball is thrown in this fashion. Okay, this is possible. So both of them have both horizontal velocities, but the direction of those velocities are perpendicular. I hope you can imagine. This is a cliff. One ball is thrown like this in this fashion, in this direction, another is thrown in this direction, right? So the ball flies off here and then it drops. So and then when they reach the ground, you are told that the points where they hit the ground are 120 meters apart. Okay, and then you are asked to find what is the height of the cliff. Okay, so let me try to make the sketch. I need to make a kind of three-dimensional sketch. Let me see how good I am in that. Okay, I'll clear this and okay. So think about this. There is a cliff like this. One ball, let's say this is the horizontal vertical velocity and it's a 6 meters, right? 6. And another ball is thrown perpendicular to this. So I'll draw it like this, and this angle, this is 90 degrees and it is thrown like this. It's perpendicular, please note. One is like this, another is like this. And so this is the ground. So this ball will reach the ground here, and this ball is not going, it's not going upward, please note. This is perpendicular on the same plane. So this is going to land like this. So there is also plane like this, and so it's on the same plane. This is a three-dimensional figure and little difficult to draw, but it would be made easy. So this is a single plane. So the balls are one is traveling like this, and there is like this, and they are reaching the ground. Okay. Now see, if you look from the top, it will be clear. When the ball is thrown like this, and there is like this, and they are reaching the ground. If you look from the top, you will see that one ball has traveled horizontally like this. Another ball, because it's perpendicular, so if you look from top, it will be like this. And the distance between, so the total distance is traveled by the ball which is kicked, which has horizontal velocity of 6 meters per second is this. The distance traveled by the ball which has horizontal velocity of 8 meters per second is this. Okay, and when they reach the ground, we are looking from the top, and this distance is given as 120 meters. This is 120 meters. Okay, and we are asked to find out this h. Okay, I hope this is clear. The three-dimensional figure drawing, that is difficult, but I hope it's clear. Just think about it. Okay, so it's 120 meters. Now we want to find out h. We can immediately sense that when we want to find out h, we have a relationship between h and the vertical displacement of the balls. Please note that both these balls have initial vertical velocity as 0. Initial vertical velocity as 0, and both these balls will have to travel the vertical distance of h. Their vertical displacement is going to be h, right? So you can consider the balls being just dropped, because this is, again, these are two projectiles, and the time, please note, the time required for both these balls to reach the ground is same. Why it is same? It is same, I should make it like this. Okay, it is same because both the balls are from the same height, and their horizontal velocities are different, but their vertical velocity, initial vertical velocity is 0. They have to get displaced by the same vertical distance, so the time required is same. So the balls are going to reach the ground in same time. Okay, so it means, so we can say, so when we want to find out there is a relationship between this time and h, because that relationship is given by, you can see that we can say, if you say vertical displacement s is equal to ut plus half at square, this is the equation valid for both the balls. Imagine, separate the vertical motion of the projectile and horizontal motion of the projectile. Vertical motion, the ball, imagine the ball is just being dropped, because its vertical velocity, initial vertical velocity is 0. Then it gains velocity and it reaches the ground. Both of them will reach in the same time. So we can write the equation here for the vertical motion. H is, our S is h, and initial vertical velocity of both the balls is 0. So ut is 0 plus half acceleration is, we were given 10 meters per second square. So it is 10 t square. So you have basically h is equal to 5 t square. H is equal to 5t square. Now if you find out t, we can find out h, right? And to find out t, we have this relation. You are told that the horizontal displacement is given by this, the vertical displacement is given by this another ball, and we can, if you say that t is the time, then we can say this horizontal displacement of the first ball is 6, horizontal velocity is 6 meters per second. For a projectile, horizontal velocity doesn't change, so the distance or the horizontal displacement will be 6 into t. Similarly, for this ball, which is thrown at a perpendicular direction with velocity 8 meters per second, it will also take time t to reach the ground. That means during that time t, this has been displaced horizontally, right? And this is a top view. So this will be 8t. Now you have a relationship. This is a this is a triangle, and we can use Pythagoras theorem, and we can say that this is a rectangle, right? Because this is perpendicular. So we can say 8t whole square plus 6t whole square is equal to 120 whole square. So we can write 8t whole square plus 6t whole square is equal to 120 whole square. So which is 8 into 8, 64. So 64 t square plus 36 t square. So I can write 6 square is 36. So this is t square is 120 into 120. Okay. So this is 64 plus 36 is 100. So we can say t square is equal to 120 into 120 upon 100. Okay, so which means we can see this, cancel these zeros. We have 12 into 12, t square is 12 into 12, which means t is equal to 12 seconds. T is 12 seconds. Okay, once you get t, you can come over here, right? And we can say h we have found out as 5t square. So this will be 5 into t square, that is 12 square. So it is 144 into 5, and this will be 20, and this is 720. So height of the cliff is 720 meters. Thank you.